Hi everyone, this is our first video for the YouTube channel. It don't take it take for the extra points to getting extra points, and this video is going to talk about a meeting that we have on Friday at 7 o'clock. That is talk about water table and soil conservation, how to produce in this way, and I think that this topic should be important not only for people that produce that are studying agronomy. I think that this topic should be important for all because for all people to know in this issue is important because if they know this, they are going to incentivize the farmers or the producers to produce in a more in a way that it will be better for our soil and also for our water, that sometimes we don't make it efficiently, and that will help us to produce more in more efficient way, and also for more time. Because the problem is that we all people talk about is if we are going to be able to supply the demand of food in the future, right? And I think that applying this method we could probably, I think that I don't know if we're going to be able to supply it, right? But a great part it will be supplied. You need to know some things, some things of knowledge in here. Clue words for saying, for example, water table. That is the surface where the water pressure ahead is equal to atmospheric pressure, and it may be conventionally visualized as the surface of the surface materials that are saturated in groundwater in a given vicinity, and it will be you could obtain it from many different ways. You can obtain it because of infiltrating precipitation, groundwater flowing into the aquifers, and in areas that have sufficient precipitation, water infiltrates through the pore spaces in the soils, passing through the unsaturated zone. But when the unsaturated zone is saturated, we have what is water table. Also, we are going to know what is soil. Soil is life. In short words, soil is life. It's a mixture of mineral, organic matters, gases, liquids, countless organisms that together support the life in the earth, right? It is the body called pedosphere, and it have important functions. For example, is a medium for the plants to grow, is a water storage and purification, and also is the habitat of many organisms. And the soil could have some changes because of the different things. For example, the climate, the relief, the organisms, parent materials, and also the time. And the parent materials, of course, because is the one that is transformed to soil because of all of this climate relief, and most important, the time. The timing organism are the one that influence the most, right? And the problem is that nowadays we are having a lot of soil that have erosion or that can be able to produce, and also that most of the soil that could be used to produce nowadays are urbanized. So why we are urbanized if we can use that soil to produce? That would be a great one. But they are relational, soil and water, because when you have a plant, the soil have all the minerals that the plant need, right? But it can be absorbed by the plant. The method for the plant to absorb this is that when the water goes into the into the soil, it can all the nutrients combine with the water, right? And the plants absorb the water with the nutrient in there because of method that is called osmosis. Using that method, problem is that we are contaminating water because, for example, to control insects, we use a pesticide to control insects, and some pesticides go through the soil, right? It goes through the soil, and when it rains, the rain comes, the water comes, go through the soil, and goes and carry all these pesticides to the phreatic level that is in the ground. That is one of the most used for crop irrigation. And what's the matter? We contaminate that water. And sometimes we don't even contaminate only this water. Sometimes that water that is on the ground that we use are connected to a lake or a pond. What does this mean? That probably when we use pesticides and we contaminate our flood level, we can contaminate lakes and ponds, and that's not good for us. I'm gonna give you an example of a way to conserve our soil and water that is using organic things to produce or control the pesticides, or using as a pesticide. For example, you can use pepper as a pesticide. You come and you make it in pieces. You mix it in water and you leave it like 15, 20 days over there, and it will stink a lot. Stink. It will be a good repellent for any insect that you have. That is a way that it doesn't matter it goes to the ground, it won't contaminate. Also, we are using some 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 methods to change the structure of our soil. That way we are going to have a better structure for the plants to grow to the races and through the roots to grow. But sometimes you need to know if the place really needs to do that. For a good conservation of soil, you should make some test for you to know what the soil needs. Not only to put all the things uh, only because you see that the one that is making the same crop by your side do it and you have good results. You need to make tests to your soil to know the requirements of that soil. Well, that are in my way, are the most important things for this topic. Thank you very much. Good night.